Our next guests see anything conservative as their enemy. Snask is a Swedish creative agency which is in the top 50 of most desired workplaces for creatives. They say themselves that they produce kick-ass branding, design, and film. Kick-ass. So I assume that they're about to kick our asses, which is why I am getting conveniently out of the picture. Ladies and gentlemen, brace yourselves for Snask!
Natalie Portman, you know, Natalie Portman. I'd really like to take her out sometime, you know, for pizza in the southern suburbs of Stockholm. We could watch the trains go by in the snow. We'll share my last cigarette. I'll show her my bouncing credit card. Anyways, I'm not here to talk about Natalie Portman. I'm here to introduce a good friend of mine. And I want you to give him a big hand. Here comes Mr. Fredrik Österberg.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Antwerp. I wasn't born here. We're from Sweden. Our name is Snask. And we're here to entertain you and inspire you. Let's see if we manage that. I never walked on this neon sign before, so that's kind of cool. I'm going to start talking about this rock band that you just seen. A few years back, Alex, the guy in the middle, the singer, the guy waving, he sold his rock band to me for $2,500. He did this at 4:30 on an after party with the promise that I could change the name, change the style of music to rock and roll, and kick the trombonist. And so we did. Now you can buy it if you want to, but it costs you $67,000. Stocks rises. That's why you invest. But what we did, is we took this band and we named them Road. We changed them to rock and roll, and we took in a Swedish producer who changed them into singing in Swedish. And we started a record label and signed them. And then we thought, why not change the band name to Swedish? So Road in Swedish is väg. What we didn't think of then is that väg means vagina in English. Since we're Swedish, that doesn't come to mind instantly because it means road. But this is a 4-piece rock band and it's called Vagina, basically. But they're really good. Give them a hand of applause, please. The ultimate wisdom, we're going to have a few ultimate wisdoms today. First one is learn English before using phrases you don't really know the meaning of. It's very strange to walk on your own presentation. We're going to have this, maybe you guys can sing this. Can you do that?
All right.
Yeah?
Maybe do like jazz, something.
Okay.
Today we're gonna talk about you gotta brand yourself down bad. Down mix rock and roll with professional cost control. Tattoos equals business. Now this is brand into the secret design strategy of Snask. Dare to be bold, yada yada. But first, who are Snask?
Woo!
Thank you.
You gotta put him to work. Sorry, wrong button. So we're gonna talk about Snask, but we're gonna show you a film that is about us. But it's a song we didn't write, and it's a video we didn't make. But here it is.
Snask. Yeah. Make enemies, gain friends. Snask, make enemies and gain friends. So fuck them if they can't, and you can if you don't love your work. Then dog, you need to quit, and if you love someone, then you best be showing it. We fucking love ourselves. We globally famous. Our studios pimp. Our shit so legit. Slaughter the competition, cause they ain't shit. Enemies keep coming, yeah, we loving it, bitch. Snask, yeah. Make enemies, gain friends. That's that shit.
Well, we didn't do this film. It's a guy on Fiverr.com. So you pay $5, and he writes you a song, and he makes you a music video. Now, if you come to us, we will be much more expensive than that. But the ultimate wisdom is you'll get what you pay for, always. So we are a design, branding, and film agency. It means we do two different parts. We do branding and design, which is a lot of strategy and design, and we also do a lot of film production. So that's basically our agencies. Our parents think we do computers. That's fine. This is a slide that is really important for every speaker. It's a slide of logotypes. You probably don't even recognize half of them. We don't even work with any of these anymore. But it's credible as a speaker to have a slide of logotypes because you think, holy shit, they're so professional, they have loads of clients, wow. So if anyone needs this slide, we can send it to you so you can have it in your keynote. Sometimes people claim that we not show enough work. So we made a 2 gigabyte big GIF. We're gonna let it play for a while. And unless you close your eyes, you're gonna have seen a lot of work from us. And there's also internet if you want to see more. The guy who sang, he actually is kind of right. We do love ourselves a bit too much. So we have this huge painting made in oil where we paint people in every time we employ someone new. So you can see me up in the left, Eric down on the right, and a lot of people. And if we want to take someone away, we just hired a woman from Barcelona who remade the Jesus painting. She's really good at undrawing people. This is our basement. We produce a lot of things by hand. Not because we think it's maybe the most efficient way, but because our passion lies there. And then for us, following our heart, that's how we want to do things. This is upper floor. The woman in the back, in blue, we changed her into a bar. So that's a bar. And also we changed studio, so everything you just heard is not true anymore, because for 1 year ago we changed studio, and we moved into this place, and we have a police mirror, which means we can see people when we have meetings, but people see themselves. And people who see themselves, they kind of look at themselves a lot. So we're going to show you how this works. This is Matej. That's the mirror. That's our pink bar. That's Joanna. Ta-da! So you see how it works. Now, so when we have meetings, people kind of hang out in front of this mirror. So this is a famous artist in Sweden taking Instagram influencer shots. Wait. And this is a guy who is trying to understand where he's going to go for lunch. So he doesn't have any friends, so he talks to himself. And there he goes. Thai food. So it's very interesting having meetings. So the ultimate wisdom from this is make your studio space a fun and inspiring space to be. Now you can buy our book, and you should do it. It's called Make Enemies and Gain Fans. It's our belief in branding that you need to have values. You need to stand up for your values. And when you do so, you will create enemies, but you will also gain fans and ambassadors, which is something every brand today wants and needs, but they don't know how to do it because they say nothing of importance. But if you say something of importance, something that you actually believe in, you will get enemies. But as you said, you will also get ambassadors. You can buy this. You don't have to buy this. This is our bike, our pink bike. It's way too expensive. So far, during 5 years, no one has bought one. But if you buy one, you get the book for free. Promise. Now, we became top 50 companies around the world where creatives would kill to work. It's this list made by Working Not Working, which is a big freelance network online. And every year they basically ask everyone, where would you like to work? So we're on this list of loads of like Pixar, Segments and Walls, Netflix, New York Times, Nike. I would rather work at SpaceX probably. And today, actually, we got an email from Spotify where they said, we want to work with you. And then they also said, 2014, when we did a rebrand, we emailed you guys, and we wanted you guys to do the rebrand, but you never replied. Well, that's very stupid, of course, and we still don't know how we managed to miss that project. But we realized this today, just a few hours ago. Anxiety. Ultimate wisdom, learn how to boast your brand. It's called bragging in less flattering terms. And don't check every fucking email, because some of them could be a jackpot, and you might miss it. Now, everyone needs great press photos. We take a lot of photos in our studio. This is called the white photo shoot. Jens, up on the left-hand side, got to decide the theme. He wanted white. We didn't understand why. We had to buy new clothes to be in his photo shoot. Turned out he had bought a raincoat for 450 euros from Stutterheim, which he never got to wear. So that's why he shows that. He also shows the photo where he looks the best. Anyway, on the right-hand side, you see Magnus drinking milk straight from a bottle, which is one of our sayings. In our studio, it's okay to drink milk straight from the bottle. During the photo shoot, he was drinking a lot of milk, and after a while he said, I can't drink any more milk. We're like, you're not supposed to drink it. You're supposed to look like you're drinking it. Anyway, he'd been drinking milk for 20 minutes, and he's allergic to milk, so he got really farty. So his girlfriend wasn't really happy afterwards. This is another photo shoot, the pink photo shoot. You see, a lot of art directors in the world, they want to be architects. They want someone to misunderstand what their profession is and like, oh, I'm an architect. So they wear black turtlenecks, they have horn-rimmed glasses, sit like that, and they kick downwards and lick upwards. So we decided to do the same photo shoot, but pink faces, skin color, turtlenecks, and look really artsy. Anyway, the guy on the right-hand side, in the lower right, is named Richard Gray. He became one of the most talented graphic designers in the world, nominated by Print Magazine. And they asked us, can you send a photo of Richard? And we asked, any photo at all? They're like, any photo is fine. So we decided to send him as a nurse. So we had a lot of castings. We took in a lot of nurses. There were loads of them inside. And we tried to figure out which nurse is going to be the best graphic designer in the world. So this goes on. There were loads of them. But eventually this one won. So here you can see Richard sitting and reading the magazine, seeing himself. And so one of the most successful graphic designers in the world is a nurse called Richard Gray. Now, nurses are also very underpaid in Sweden, so we think it's kind of fabulous that one of them can be in this one. This is, yeah, can you guys do something over there?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, please? Sometimes I think it's just me here.
We do like some old funk stuff, right? Brand yourself, brand yourself, baby. Brand yourself, honey. You gotta brand yourself. All right. Gotta brand yourself, baby.
Give it up, guys.
Like it.
I don't know what this is, but brand yourself, damn it. This is about employer branding. It's about why Google have a slide from the top floor to the lowest floor. Everyone thinks it's so fun to work at Google because they have a slide, but they don't really know how it is to work there. So that's employer branding. We got invited to a school to do interviews with students, so they would line up, do an interview with us, and that would be it. And there was a lot of agencies invited to do this. So we decided to stand out. So we dressed up as Marie Antoinette's cardinals. We took 3 tables instead of 1. And we gave them loads of free champagne, free candy, free books, and everyone who went could bring a friend to our after party. Now, students love free shit. So we got fully booked the whole day, 3 different tables. And beside us was the creative director from White and Kennedy, who was like, I didn't know we were allowed to be funny. Well, you're allowed to be as funny as you want. During this time, well, the ultimate wisdom is if people want to work for you, they probably also want to work with you. Because the students of today will be the industry of tomorrow. And many people forget that and kick downwards and lick upwards, but that's the wrong idea. Now, during this time, we realized that Magnus sits like Mickey Mouse, as you can see on the lower left. I can actually, no, I can't. And he stands like a true king on the right. Here's some words of wisdom from Magnus.
Ooh. When we're supposed to be professional, we're professional. And when we're supposed to be rock and roll, we're fucking rock and roll.
Now, if you look up ignorance in what is it, encyclopedia, there will be a photo of Magnus. He has downed maybe this much of People's beer, which is 2.5% alcohol, in 10 sips. So in front of 5,000 people in Barcelona, we forced him to down a whole pint of beer in 10 seconds. Now, he did it in 11 seconds, and then he ran off stage with a mic on his head, and he undrank the beer into a bin, and everyone heard it. Anyway, this brings us to don't mix rock and roll with professional. Can you guys play something on this?
Yeah, sure.
Jesus Christ.
We could do one song.
Yes?
Maybe. Yeah, I think so.
Don't mix your rock and roll with professional now. Don't mix your rock and roll with professional.
Thank you, guys. Come on, guys.
Thank you.
Did you write that yourself?
What?
Did you write that song yourself?
Yeah. 10 minutes ago.
Sounds familiar some way. Anyway, don't mix rock and roll with professional. So we were in LA. We were going to speak at Google's headquarters the next morning. And Magnus, this thirsty guy, he was like, I met this awesome tattoo legend, and he wants us to take us to an after party right down the block. We were like, no, Magnus, we're speaking at Google tomorrow. We can't go out partying tonight. And he said, well, maybe we can. And we said, the story is a bit too good to be true, so we have to do it. So this happened. This legend, Iggy Vance, started tattooing us in the middle of the night. And he had this profound ability to make Magnus and Eric dance by just snapping his fingers. Listen to this. Yep. So 3 hours later, we're on our way to Mountain View, and we're looking like this. And we're like, no one is going to understand that we were partying yesterday. And we meet the girl who booked us, and she welcomes us, and then she says, you have a great taste in music. We were like, cool, how do you know that? Because Magnus FaceTime called me in his pocket at 4 in the morning. We're like, what? Yep, and I had nothing better to do, so I just stayed awake and listened for 20 minutes. That's what she did. But it went good anyway, and the lecture went all good, so it was all fine. But the ultimate wisdom is being serious doesn't mean you have to be boring nor wear a suit. Important. You can also wear a suit, and it's fine, but that's the rule. Now we're going to show you a first project. This was for the folk opera in Sweden. It's a stop motion. Of course, you know what that is. And what we wanted to do, this was an opera about love, basically. And we wanted to try out how you can move the camera in a very cinematic and smooth way, which basically means you have a lot of frames per second, but still move the objects in another speed, maybe half the frames per second. So here you can see the camera is moving really smoothly, but the object is choppy. So you can see that it's a stop motion, because that's very important. When you make a stop motion too good, it becomes a normal animation, a normal film. So this film, we made everything as it is on the stage with fish wires, with real instruments. And the whole idea was what happens with the instruments once the curtains close at this love opera. Yeah, give it up. I have to get applause as well, you know, guys. Not only the band. Yeah, so during this time, every sound you hear in this film is made by the real orchestra at the opera house. And the director, conductor of the music, he was a bit pretentious. So he didn't want any part in this commercial. But he wanted to sit and see the auditions, well, when they were recording the sounds. And the first one went down, and it's like, yeah, we're gonna have a violin, he's flirting with a trombone, how does it sound? And this person starts playing, and he comes in, and he's like, no, that's not how a violin would flirt with a trombone. And he would tell the person how to play it. And then next we had two cellos having intercourse. And he was like, no, that's not how two cellos have intercourse. And after the whole thing, he wrote every sound you can hear in this film. He wrote it. And it wasn't until like a few years ago that when we realized, how the hell does he know how he sounds? Well, ultimate wisdom, sometimes you need to calculate things boringly correct in order to land somewhere fun. We're going to move into Target. This is, of course, one of the biggest retail chains in the US. And this was targeted towards the US Hispanic market, where we got Spanish words that's hard to translate into English. So madrugada means waking up earlier than you normally do. And this was for an Instagram shot post for parents who wake their kids up in August for first day at school. So we decided to make this in cornflakes and make this breakfast. So if anyone was sneezing, they would get fired. And that's the end result. And what we always do is we always take the perfect shot, and then we fuck things up. We tell the client, now we have the perfect shot. So everything is done, but we're gonna start fucking things up. So for example, you can see that there are broken cornflakes. Always, always, the result gets better when you fuck things up in the end. This means buen provecho, means have a good meal. And this dough was not eatable, but it was made so it wouldn't swell in the oven too much, so the typography would be ruined. So this is how it looked, and the same thing here, like fucking things up just a little bit in the end helps. So ultimate wisdom is try and fuck things up in order to create more interesting results. It's the same in dating. If you're too perfect, it's boring. We're going to go into cost control. Guys, can you please? Do you have a purpose here?
I could do one song.
Can you do it?
Yeah, sure.
Woo! Jackan.
Thank you.
Fredrik Jackan Backström on the bass.
So,
No,
cost control.
applause. That's amazing.
Sorry. See, this is what I have to work with every day. Jesus Christ. Well, cost control is about having control over budgets, receipts, stuff like that when you do a project. So at the end of a project, you always have to count everything, see if it matched the budget that you set up from the beginning. You get better at it the more time you spend with it. So every time after the shoot with Target in New York, I sat down and I checked all the receipts, and I found a hotel room that started out with a minibar soda. It continued with a small water, which is fine, and a specialty drink. It's fine, you work hard. And a minibar intimacy kit. Now, what is this? Is this deductible by tax and by law in Sweden? No. And this intimacy kit was called Sexy Little Sachet. I won't mention any names, but he's playing drums. But yeah, so someone used this intimacy kit during that night, and you can't use those things. But the ultimate wisdom is checking the receipts after every project can keep you out of jail, but also get to know your colleagues much, much better. Tattoos equal business. Guys, please? Having a band playing the slides is really good. It wakes them up.
Yeah, never buy a guitar with a kill switch. It's seems like a great idea. And then you can just make up a song like, if you're feeling blue, then get a tattoo. It can tattoo you. If you're feeling low down in your shoe, then you can go tattoo you. And then you can sell them and make money for a business.
Okay, thanks guys.
Al, the short one. Thank you.
Now, during this New York production, we're going to talk about tattoos equals business, because it actually is true. We had this guy called Anson. He was a prop stylist in the production. And he told us, hey guys, let's just buy a tattoo machine. I can hide it in my budget, and after we're done with the project, we can all tattoo each other. We're like, great, do that, Anson, because he's American. They say a lot of stuff, and then who knows. But, of course, he did what he promised, and at the end of the shoot, he brought up this tattoo machine. We had no clue how to put it together. So we had to watch YouTube how to put it together. And then his assistant, this girl who was really good at drawing, she was like, do you know how to tattoo? No. Would you like to do it? Hell yeah. So we put her to watch a YouTube clip, how to tattoo. And then we decided everyone should have this 2-arrow little friendship-y thing going on. And her first assignment was to tattoo an orange, which she did. And then she did me, which it wasn't super good tattoo, really. And then Kathy comes out, the client from Target. Kathy had no tattoos, never had been tattooed, and she was like, I want one too. We're like, great. You should have it in an invisible place. And she was like, no, I want it the same place. We're like, okay, are you sure? She's like, yeah. And this is how she looked during the whole tattooing. In the end, she decided to not continue, and she almost fainted. And the key account manager wasn't really happy with us. Anyway, 1 year later, we thought, maybe we fucked everything up with this. Maybe we went too far. Maybe she never wants to work with us again. But 1 year later, we get this letter. Hi, Fred and Eric. I'm fondly remembering my time in New York, working with you on Latinworks on the Targets in Tradition campaign. Blah, 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 blah. She basically writes that she wants to work with us on a project, and she ends the whole email with 2 arrows. We end up going to Minneapolis and doing a lot of films for YoPlay together with her. And when we came to the agency, she was a queen. She knew us. She had the same tattoo. It was everything. She even said that my husband thinks I'm really naughty with this new tattoo. And we were like, okay, too much information. But anyway, the ultimate wisdom is being professional doesn't mean you have to tattoo yourself, but nor does it mean that you have to be anyone else in a true dirty self. That's the reality. This is Brand. Can you guys play something on this?
No, don't feel for it.
What?
I don't feel like doing a song right now.
Okay.
I tried to finish my beer.
Well, we just continue then. Shower beer. This is our love project we have. Basically, this is a beer we made that is specifically made to drink in a shower. It's a normal pale ale, and every day there are 2 new pale ales released in the world. So the product is not something special, but the branding and design is everything. So we designed it as a perfume bottle or a shampoo bottle, very minimalistic. We made it very small, so you can drink it in 4 sips, because the beer gets very warm in the shower. But we made it double the strength, so you still get the effect of a normal beer. We screen printed it, so you still have a good grip when you hold it. And you can use it as a conditioner if you want to. Now, TV loves this, so this is NBC.
When I get to drink again, I'll be able to enjoy a cold beer in the shower. Check this out. A Swedish design firm has teamed up with a brewery there to create a pale ale that's half the size of a regular...
Anyway, celebrities loves it. So Tom Hanks said twice on national radio, if you have enough of them, you'll eventually be drunk enough to fall down in the shower. Magazines loves it. So Vice said, there's finally a beer made specifically for drinking in the shower. Esquire wrote, a Swedish brewer created the ultimate shower beer. Fortune magazine, this genius Swedish brewer made a shower beer. Runner's World loves it, because let's face it, nothing is more satisfying after a long run. Now, it's kind of unrunning the run you just did by drinking a beer. Men loves it, at least men who likes men's health. Behold the answer to your prayers. Lad Bible made a video that had 5.6 million views, 25,000 shares, and 41,000 comments. Maxime wrote, live your best life with a new beer. Is there any greater pleasure in life? We believe that they are single, the man who reads this. Men's experience, we think that it's men without experience, not men with experience. Now moms won't pester you to take a bath anymore. Probably Italian, right? Because men in Italy kind of lives at home. Moms loves it. If you're more of a beer mom, get excited. Women loves it. So if Womanista wrote, shower beer is officially a thing. She Amazing wrote, we are so very grateful. She speaks especially for your enjoyment, ... in the shower. GQ loves it. This is shower beer. So ultimate wisdom is putting the lifestyle of a brand in front of the product is a way to create real engagement. And that's where we're heading today, more value driven. That's what we're doing. Guys, can you at least play something for this? Otherwise, you're just getting paid drinking beer.
You gotta dare to be bold. You gotta dare to be bold, baby. You gotta know. No, do what you're told, mama.
Woo! Dare to be bold.
Thank you.
We can release an album soon. So we have this is going to be a case, but we're going to start with some quotes that we didn't say. But Tibor Kama once said, when you make something no one hates, no one loves it, which is totally true, even more so 2018 and in the future. Winston Churchill, even though he did not only good things, he did also bad things, but he said, you have enemies? Good. That means that you stood up for something sometime in your life, which is also very true. Value-driven, that's what the future is. Companies having opinions. So we worked with Monkey, which is a Swedish fashion brand for young women, and they always had this DNA to empower women, being feministic and standing on a young girl's side. Now they were bought by H&M, and suddenly they lost touch. So after their 10th year anniversary, for their 10th year anniversary, they contacted us and they were like, we want to help to find our way back. So we created something called the manifesto, which was basically a manifesto of 10 points, 1 year for each year of existence, where Monkey takes a stand for women. So every statement had a strong ambassador. It also had a garment connected to it. So please yourself, this is Carly Scartini, who is the Vogue magazine's sex columnist, talking about female masturbation, because we talk a lot about male masturbation, but not female. Knowledge is queen. This is, of course, that knowledge is more important than looks. Be a drama queen is taking back a word that men use for women who have too much emotions. But what's the biggest problem in the world? It's men with too little emotions. In every home, in every fucking government, that's the same problem. Sharing is caring is about cyberbullying. Multi is irregular is about race, ethnicity, size. Period is a cool period is about the stigmatization of periods, which is something completely natural. And if we didn't have a world run by old white men, this wouldn't be a problem. So this is Kiran Gandhi. She's a rock star drummer in MIA, and she decided to run the marathon in London with period running down her legs to show. So she was ambassador for this one. Let Love Loose is, of course, about loving whoever you want to love. Salute Sisterhood is about not pushing each other down, but saluting each other and pushing each other up. Cut the Norm is about if you want to have body hair, you can have body hair. If you don't want it, you can shave. But don't do it for a norm. Do it because what you want. All of this, we flied over Swedish photographer Arvida Byström. She's great. We built everything by hand, set it up in a studio, and the typography is a homage to Barbara Kruger, who was a great feministic designer. So we had garments for each of these statements. Sisterhood, knowledge is queen. We even had the panties, period is a cool period panties. And it got a lot of attentions all over the world. Evening Standard wrote that Apple and Monkey are taking a stand, and that's the new way of doing branding. So a lot of the girls actually applied for jobs and said, now you found your way back to what you were for me when I was a young girl. So I guess the ultimate wisdom is every brand needs value-based communication. It's not science. You just need to have the courage to pull it off. Screenshot that one, or take a photo. Financial service, one of the last cases. We work with a lot of financial services. They don't have to be boring. This particular one is a bank for creatives, basically you guys, makers and doers. And the idea was to show a world where you can have time to do what you're good at and not administration. And on the right-hand side, show how the world is when it's chaotic. So on the left-hand side, you see the perfect world. On the right-hand side, you see where you can't focus on what you're good at because of all the administration. Now, all of this is one image. It's not two different images. And that was important because the target audience are makers and doers. So in order for them to like this, we had to create like something design technical, which they liked. So this is, again, one single image. Perfect on the left, hard work on the right. Same here, same here. And they could use these images in social media from different angles. So this is another angle of the same image. And the makers and doers, the target audience of this client, loved this. So even behind the scenes photos were content that they could share on social media. We also made a film. So here's behind the scenes of how we created one of the effects. And here's the actual film explaining the service in stop motion. Yep. Thank you, guys. Thank you. A free one. Free applaud. So, ultimate wisdom, just because it's finance doesn't mean it has to be boring or stiff. Make finance playful. Make your whole fucking life playful. Make everything playful. Why not? Cool Sneakers. This is a Swedish brand called Sneakers and Stuff. Really cool brand. They are now cooler than Adidas. They're now cooler than Nike. They have stores all over the world. And they came to us and wanted a cool film for the new shoe that was called Adidas Stockholm, which was a waterproof Gore-Tex shoe. And we decided, no, you're too cool. And the sneaker community are too cool for school. So let's do a very uncool film. So we made a film about Thomas, a fake guy who's a professional puddle jumper. Listen to this.
My name is Thomas, and I'm a puddle jumper. I've always liked jumping in puddles. It's something I'm very passionate about. I guess I was into sports when I was a kid. I played a little bit of football. I used to really like playing when it just had been raining.
My dad always said I could have been a professional football player if it weren't for the puddles.
So these are all my favorite shoes. Well, they're all my favorite because it's the same one. It's the new Adidas Stockholm, and it's got this Gore-Tex technology, and it's 100% puddle-proof. I wouldn't call myself a pioneer. You could call me if you want to, but I wouldn't.
My parents think it's kind of childish, but I'm not a child. I'm an adult, so I showed them. I'm doing what I love. You should do what you love. This is a really good one. Perfect net.
Thank you, guys. So this got a lot of attention. It got really viral. And the creative directors of Supreme, whoa, they're coming for me? I don't know. I think it's you guys.
It's probably
This is strange.
us.
Well, the creative director of Supreme from Nike, they commented, it got really viral. We made a second film where he became an influencer, or he thought he became an influencer. But anyway, if a brand is too cool, make it uncool. Now, another thing we did for them was a really low blow, a really cheap trick. Adidas had a really soft shoe that they were releasing, really cuddly, as I said. So we decided, well, what works better on the internet than kittens and cats? So we made a lot of kittens play with this super soft shoe. Here it is. Cheap trick, yes, but it always works. So if you're out of ideas, use cats. It still works. We also have a funny joke about Eric. He once got really angry because Alex in the band always says when Eric is away working, he's not working, he's watching cat videos. And one time Eric got really angry about this, but now Eric actually has produced a cat video. So give him an applause for producing a cat video for real. Finally, we're going to round off. This is a great quote made by Magnus on national German television.
When we need to be rock and roll, we should be rock and roll. And when we need to be professional, we should be professional.
Don't mix them. Or you can steal a good quote. This is our very good friend Mark Shaler who wrote such a good quote that we had to steal it. With his, of course, approval. So I'm going to read it for you. Disruption is normal now. Change is fucking inevitable. How it was done yesterday is not how it should be done today. Nothing stays the same, and neither should you. The problem comes when change happens and you don't. Yeah, take photos of this one. It's really good. If you need us to send you this one as well, we can do it. So, one of the final stories. We have a, what?
I should do this one.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Be nice.
Yeah, you've been talking so much. All right. So, yeah, when they want a viral success, this happened quite a lot. The clients come to us and they're like, we want a viral video, you know, it's going to be a big success all over the internet, but we have zero budget. And then basically we came with a good solution that was you use yourself and you get 1.5 million views online. In this case, it's a company called Ninja Plus, which basically they do plastic wrapping. But this is innovation, my friends. Innovation for real. In Sweden, we never had this before. It's basically a blade that you can cut off the plastic wrapping with. It's like a new invention for us. It's complete amazing stuff, you know. So they wanted to, of course, launch this, and we were, yeah, the viral thing. And then we thought, okay, they're Ninja Plast. We can do something with a ninja, you know, do some video about this. And then we were like, okay, but we need a ninja. So who's the ninja? And we did a casting. You know, it went kind of quickly, actually. We understood who the talent was. And, you know, so this video is supposed to be a bit like, it's supposed to look really cheap because it's more like the Star Wars kids and the kind of people that put up videos on YouTube just to show that they're fucking amazing at something. But this is our ninja showing off his skills.
I'm a very small, maybe a 60 kilos. So in the kitchen, I'm a very smooth. Ha! Only one thing can make me look clumsy. Plastic wrapping. But now I will never look like an idiot in the kitchen again, no. Buy Ninja Plus now, in all good stores.
It was like the happiest day of my life. I could direct Freddie and just tell him to do whatever, and he had to do it. It's great. I think you should take over now again. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. Where are we? Show something old that works every time. Okay. So we were invited to Belgrade in Serbia to DJ at a gay night. And we didn't really know why we were booked for this, but we were. And they said MTV got really happy. So they were like, we give you a lot of airtime for 160 million viewers if you make a video promoting your gig. Now, our film department decided to get us drunk by wine, red wine. And then they said, why don't we undress you naked, oil you in, and have you shoot lasers from your tits? I know it doesn't sound like a good idea to you, but you didn't have a lot of red wine. But anyway, this is what aired for 160 million viewers in the Balkans.
Loud and Queer predstavlja Švedski sto, Snask, pravi švedske, Angie Rocks I PTŽC iz Beograda, Klub Havana, 2. april od 23 sata.
Yeah. One more. We have a video that we sent to all new clients. It's a video that says, come, it's going to be so much fun, bring a big bag of money, we have champagne, and let's create a great romance together. Now, this particular film at this point, all the girls were away, so we didn't have any girls in this film, but here it is. We didn't have a lot of red wine. But anyway, this is what aired for 160 million viewers in the Balkans.
Loud and Queer predstavlja Švedski sto. Snask, pravi Švedske. Angie Rocks i PTŽC iz Beograda. Klub Havana, 2. april od 23 sata.
Yeah. One more. We have a video that we sent to all new clients. It's a video that says, come, it's going to be so much fun, bring a big bag of money, we have champagne, and let's create a great romance together. Now, this particular film, at this point, all the girls were away, so we didn't have any girls in this film, but here it is. This one deserves an applaud. Come on, guys. So, did you learn anything today? Yeah, well, it's fine, because we have an online course. We got contacted by this company, American company called Pluralsight, that has education online, and they wanted us to record our screens when we did cool stuff in Illustrator and Photoshop. We were like, we don't do cool stuff in Illustrator and Photoshop, but we could do 3 episodes of a children's TV show talking about branding, design, and film. For some fucked up reason, they said yes, got a budget, and they came over. So we created this, and this is the intro. This here, I'm gonna take up my phone, and you're gonna take up your phone, and you're gonna turn on your flashlight. Right? Yes. It's like Beyonce concert, but less people. And then I'm gonna film from this side all the way to that side, and you should scream when I do this.
This is nice. I like this.
It's good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Beyonce.
This is the best
I'm like
part
Beyonce.
of the
So,
show, yeah.
go ahead, scream. Thank you, guys. I'm gonna have to pick this up. What's the next slide? Who will know? See you at the gig later tonight at the after party. We're gonna play at the after party. The band is gonna play. Tomorrow we have a gig 7 o'clock sharp at Antwerp Music City, Handelsstraat 29. You should be there. You can talk to us about kerning. No, fuck kerning. No kerning talk. You can talk about beer or anything. Now we're gonna play a song and thank you, bye.
See you tonight, folks. Thank you.